Let me guess, if you clicked on this video right now, you want to learn how to day trade. But here's the problem, right? You've only heard two pieces of information. One, day trading does not work. It'll never work. It can never work. It is gambling. It is the lottery. Or two, day trading is the easiest money that you will ever make. Now here's the thing. I'm a professional day trader. I've been trading for about almost 2 years now, actually. And I have coached dozens of students and helping them become profitable. And I will break down in this video the no-nonsense pros and cons of day trading to see if it works for you and what it actually takes to become profitable. Let's get started. Now here's the thing that we all need to understand before I proceed for the rest of the video. Day trading can completely change your life for the better. If you approach it the right way, you can make a ton of money and you can open up so many opportunities for yourself regarding freedom, where you are, vacations, all of that kind of stuff. But if you approach it the wrong way and you make certain mistakes, it can completely destroy you. Make sure to stick until the end of the video, and I'm going to be going over some of the mistakes that you can avoid and how you can avoid them when we get to the cons section. So without further ado, let's get into it. And day trading, it's not a scam, it's not magic, it is a skill profession. So let's talk about the pros. There's not an income ceiling with day trading. Literally no salary cap. I know day traders that make $5,000 a month. I know day traders that make $20,000 a month. I know day traders that make over, multiple six figures a month. There really isn't an income ceiling. The only thing that matters is how much capital you have at hand to potentially risk. So as you improve, your results will improve. As you gain more confidence, you can size up and you can make even more money. So that is an awesome pro of day trading. And another thing to consider is almost every job in the world outside of entrepreneurship does have an income ceiling, right? With trading, your results and how skilled you are directly correlates with how much you make. What other job can you say that with? Pretty much nothing. So something else that day trading is awesome at is freedom, time freedom. If you're profitable, all you really need is 3 to 4 hours in the morning to make a good amount of money in market open. You need really high mental intensity during that time. You're always on the charts, you're always scanning, always looking for setups. But if you can do that and you can dedicate yourself to 3-4 hours a day on the charts, really locked in, and you're already profitable, that's honestly all you need to make good money. And there's no boss. You get to control your own time. You get to control everything about what you do. Everything is you. It is you and your thoughts, you and your skill. That is awesome for me, at least. I love it, right? Some people kind of need that coordination of other people around them telling them what to do. I don't really like that. I like doing my own thing, and trading really gives me the freedom to do what I love. Now, this next one's a little bit of a double-edged sword, and that trading completely exposes who you are. It exposes your ego. It exposes your fear, your greed, your impatience. But if you actually stick with trading and learn how to trade properly, it will completely improve you as a person. You won't even recognize yourself, there's a good chance, because trading teaches you these very key things that can cause you to become a successful trader, but more importantly, it'll cause you to become a better human being outside of trading. You'll view life completely differently and how success works completely differently after learning how to trade, I promise you. And finally, the last pro that I'm going to be going over today is the market doesn't actually care who you are in order to be able to succeed. You don't need university. You don't need to be born in the US. It doesn't matter where you're from. You could be from India. You could be from Uzbekistan. You could be from Mongolia. It doesn't really matter where you're from. You can succeed with trading. You don't need a degree. It doesn't even matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're a guy. It doesn't matter if you're a girl. I know people who are 15 who are making money. I know people who are 70 who are making money with trading. It really doesn't matter who you are. The only thing that matters is your skill and your execution, which can all be learned, right? There is no inherent advantages. Doesn't matter how tall you are, how strong you are. There is no advantages when it comes to trading. The only advantage that you can get is knowledge. And while that does require you to put in the work to achieve that knowledge, it means you can do it. It means anybody really can do it. Now, before we talk about the cons, I just want to quickly come on here and say that I've been coaching for the last 3-4 months, helping other students improve, and we've seen some awesome results. I've personally made a strong multiple six figures since I started a little less than 2 years ago. And my mentor Emmanuel has made 7 figures since he started trading. And we love teaching people. We love accepting new clients, new students. So if you're interested, we have a completely free 10-hour course linked below this video that you can take a look at. Or if you want to actually work with us and you want to take things to the next level, we also have an opportunity to apply to get coached. All of that is in the description. Without further ado, let's continue. Alrighty, so con 1. Most traders have a period of time where they lose money. They don't have an edge. They have really bad risk management. They're really emotional with how they decide to take trades or not, and they're over leveraging their positions. They're using a ton of margin, etc. Now, here's the thing, and I mentioned in the very beginning of this video, I want to briefly revisit, there are ways to avoid some of these cons. And this is going to be the best advice that I can give you. So make sure to listen to this. You don't need to lose money when you start trading. Most do, but you don't have to. And you're probably like, what? That doesn't make sense. I mean, you're going to fail. You're going to lose trades when you're starting out. How do you not lose money? You can paper trade. And this actually is almost like a pro, because what other business can you think of? Paper trading is basically trading with fake money. You're not actually using real money. You're using monopoly money, whatever you want to call that, right? What other business or job can you think of where you get to run a real life simulation where you are trading the live markets with fake money? Something like that. If you're starting a business, if I want to do drop shipping or sell a product, I can't just launch a fake business. I can't just build fake bridges as an engineer, really. Like there's nuance to that, right? But with this, you can directly train your edge with paper money and make sure that you're profitable before you start using actual real money. So while most new traders lose money, be different. Don't be that guy. But it is a con, so I do have to include it, but there is a way around it. Now, here's a really not fun con that we have, and that is the mental weight of trading can be heavy sometimes. You will have red streaks. I've had red streaks. My mentor Emmanuel has had red streaks. It happens where you have a week where you're just down. It can happen where you hit your daily drawdown where you're like, oh, I hit my max loss for the day. I can't really trade. But remember, that is a really important figure. If you just can't keep on losing, that's the stories you hear about of like, oh, I lost everything. Don't be that guy. There are drawdowns and it sucks when they get hit. It's hard to do this, but it's difficult. Self-doubt. That comes in pretty heavy sometimes. I'm not going to lie to you guys, especially once you have like a bit of a different environment and you haven't fully adapted yet, where 2, 3, 4 days, you're kind of struggling a little bit. It tends to create self-doubt, but as long as you're consistent and you stick with your plan, you stick and you adjust what needs to be adjusted, you will be just fine. Trust me. I had so many of these periods and they always end. And finally, income uncertainty. A normal job guarantees you a paycheck at the end of every 2 weeks or a month, depending on where you work, right? But with trading, it is all on you. You can have a huge week, and that week is your entire profit for the rest of the month. Or, you can make a little bit of money every day, or you can make no money for a majority of the month and make a little bit one of the days and just not make a lot that month. That happens. And because of that income uncertainty, over time, if you know what you're doing, you will make money. But because it takes time to kind of develop that consistency, it can cause self-doubt. It can cause you to struggle a little bit, and it can cause you to quit preemptively before you even achieve the result that you wanted. So that's just something to keep in mind, is that mentally trading is hard. And that's why most people don't make it. Statistically, I believe like 90% of traders quit before a year, right? Sometimes it takes longer than a year for some people to start making money. And that's without any education. They haven't read anything, seen anything. They're just going in on the market to be like, boom, 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 boom. 3 months are passed and they quit. And that's crazy to me. But anyways, yeah, it's just really hard to become a trader, especially when it comes to psychology. And here's the thing, right? And this is one of the last cons that I'm going to go over, is this is not for everybody. Now you're probably like, wait a second. Didn't you say earlier that almost anybody could day trade? Yeah, almost anybody could actually learn it. But there's a certain type of person that trading doesn't really work for. And it comes down to their psychology, which can be changed, but isn't in a lot of cases. And The first one is you need guaranteed income. If you are going to struggle not having income, or your job really, really interferes with trading hours, it's going to be really difficult for you to become a trader. Because if you can't handle 2-3 months of not really making money while you're learning trading, it's going to be really hard for you to succeed, because you're going to be more likely to preemptively start using big size to make money before you're ready. And that's where losses come in. Or if you're a person that panics under pressure really easily, that's also going to be quite difficult for you how to learn how to trade, just because trading is inherently full of pressure. Everything is pressure. Getting in properly, it can be fast. Getting out properly, that can be fast. Following your plan, your setups, not deviating, all of that is pressure, and learning how to handle that, right? So if you are someone who's like completely incapable of regulating their emotions with stuff like that, I honestly wouldn't recommend trading. It's going to be quite difficult, but it can be learned. So there is upside to that. And this is probably the worst person to learn trading, is the person that wants money quickly. If you want money quickly, you don't really want to work for it, you're going to be way more prone to start really sizing up before you're ready. And this is how people lose a ton of money. And those are actually the people that are most likely to go and be like, oh, this guy, it didn't work. Like, trading doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. It didn't work for you because you didn't stick with it. Let's be honest. And yeah, or if you don't actually have capital that you're really risking, that's another really difficult kind of person to teach how to trade, because if they can't risk, they don't have any capital, how are you going to learn how to trade? It does take money at the end of the day to make money. It takes money to make money. So if you don't have money to start trading, I'd recommend starting to save for it if you are really interested. But yeah, that is a requirement. You do need to have some form of capital to get started. Now, here's the thing. You might thrive, and you probably are going to, with trading. If you are disciplined, if you are data-driven, if you follow structure very well, you're patient, you follow your rules, you stick to your plan, and you find proper education, there's a really good chance that you're going to succeed as a trader. If you treat it like a business, it'll absolutely work out. If you treat it like a lottery ticket, if you treat it like like a jackpot, you go to a casino, it's going to be really, really, really difficult for you to succeed. So understand what you're signing up for. You're signing up for something that requires skill. It requires a ton of time, a ton of patience, real structure. In a lot of cases, if you want to do it and you really want to put everything into learning how to trade, it takes the right mentor, the right people on your side teaching you the right things. It doesn't have to be me, it doesn't have to be my mentor Emmanuel. It can be whoever you want it to be, but make sure you have the proper guidance, because it's going to be really, really difficult without it, and it can take years upon years. Trust me, I've seen it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the pros, those are the cons, and that is what the reality of trading is. It's not free money, it's not easy, and it's not for everybody. But if it is for you, make sure to subscribe to this channel and leave a like, because I will be posting content like this regularly. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.